Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to Star Wars The Old Republic, a Sith Inquisitor edition. And it has been a couple of days since I have actually played anything, because I have just been a little tired. I have been suffering a little bit ill, and I apologize for that. But we are now back, and hopefully I sound relatively healthy. Well, we'll see as time goes on. So let us head into the pit. Well, technically not into the pit. We did that, but we are going to be speaking and completing this quest with Darth Zash.
I've found the artifact.
Excellent. I trust Major Bessico was a good help. I've traced another artifact to Nar Shaddaa, but I'm still trying to locate the other two. I'll see what I can learn while you're on Nar Shaddaa. Now hurry. There can be no gain without haste.
Okay, wow, that was quick. Okay. I didn't even realize she was going to be that fast. Well, there it is. Okay, we're going to be taking the... Oh. Are they saying regrets to me? I suppose so. I'll just say thank you. Now, we have 52 basic commendations thanks to Balmora, which is absolutely insane. Really quite insane. Now, let's just take a look at what we are getting here. We're getting a complimentary XP boost. We're getting some droid armor for ED7. That's a little bit weird. We don't have him yet, do we? No, we don't. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, we're going to be taking the commendations. That is just the best to take, because as we know, the Acolyte stuff that we gained previously was absolutely amazing. Really did think that that was very good. And of course, you can get some mods from that as well. So, without further ado, let us now track that quest to answer the call and head over... Oh my goodness, I actually went the right way for once. Okay, so the galaxy map, and we're going to be heading into Hutt space. And I do believe Nar Shaddaa is here. There we go. Yes, just lucky enough to find it on the 4th attempt. Oh yes. Okay, we'll be traveling there. And I must actually mention... Oh yes, we have to use our holo terminal once again, but I would like to mention before we speak to Darth Zash again, there is an event going on currently on Nar Shaddaa.
Apprentice, you've reached Nar Shaddaa safely. Good. Don't let the glittering towers fool you. Misery and desperation rule the slums below. And desperation can drive people to many things. Remember that in your attempts to recover the artifact here.
Any idea where I should start?
In this case, the who is more important than the where. The artifact, a pendant called the Eye of Tulak, belongs to the Sith Lord Palladius. He's lived here many years, converting Nar Shaddaa's poor and suffering into zealous followers. His own cult.
He leads a cult of idiots. They won't stop me.
Of course not, but they still must be dealt with. Palladius leads his cult from seclusion, but you can draw him out. I've contacted 2 of his former cult members. They're in hiding now, fearing retribution, but hungry for revenge. They should prove useful.
How did you convince these fools to help?
I have encouraged their cooperation with the assurance that once Palladius is gone, the cult is theirs to lead. Circumstances change, of course. Do whatever you feel is necessary with Palladius and his cult. The artifact is all that matters.
Aha. Okay, well, that's perfectly fine. But yes, Darth Zash thought it would be a fun idea to interrupt me. Didn't you see that? Oh my goodness, yeah. But as I was saying, there is an event going on Nar Shaddaa, and it involves some gambling, some casinos. And I do believe, if we can, we're going to be checking those out, because I think that would be rather fun to try our luck at the slot machines, or maybe even the roulette wheel, if they have one, and maybe even, well, their equivalent to blackjack, perhaps? Not entirely sure. But we now have a conversation with Kem Val, which I do believe we are going to be speaking with, and I would also like to mention that I will probably be voicing him just for those on mobile devices, because I'm not entirely sure whether you can actually see the subtitles on a smaller screen. So if you can, then by all means let me know in the comments, but if you can't, then obviously the voiceover is going to help. I have been watching you closely, my master. You take a casual delight in cruelty, much like the great Tulak Horde, but I think you think yourself more powerful than you actually are. Oh,
My power is greater than any of the fools that surround me.
You are still nothing compared to Tulak Horde. I was the greatest shadow assassin on Ukup, where Tulak Horde challenged me to honorable combat and claimed his victory. I followed him out of honor, out of devotion. I was his ally, not his slave.
Not many people lock their allies in stasis for centuries.
Fate is cruel. Tulak Horde promised to return, but death, the mistress of all, claimed him. But I am used to these bitter ironies. A shadow assassin is trained to laugh at life's cruelty. And there we have it. A little bit of background on Kemvar right there, which is actually rather cool. I do like that. And now we will be making our way... Yes, thank you very much, 2VR8. Oh my goodness. So, we are going to be making our way to Destris Veran, and I would like to... Oh no. Oh no. I do not have a good time on this ship, I gotta say. I am consistently getting lost. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna cut away while I try and find the exit. I'm pretty sure it's around here. No, that's just where I was. Okay, I'll see you in just a minute. And we have been greeted by the sparkling neon lights of Nar Shaddaa. As you can see, it is quite a gambling establishment, or at least I feel as though we could have quite a bit of fun doing some of that. But, of course, that all depends on whether we can actually find what we seek. And I'm actually unsure where the event is. Maybe the high-profile ward taxi, maybe? Not entirely sure, but we're going to be continuing on to Destris Veran, of course. We may just come across it by sheer luck, which would actually be quite cool. But, of course, we do want to continue onward with our story mission. Hopefully get a good amount of experience as well from completing this. And I will be saying, hey, to this guy. Oh, yes. There we go. Okay, so, I'm actually wondering who this guy is. No, he's obviously our contact here, but we do need to destroy Lord Palladius. So destroying Lord Palladius is going to be a relatively difficult task, I would say. But do bear in mind that Nar Shaddaa is a 20 to 24 level planet. So us being level 25, I think we have a good chance. Now, what is this? What's this over here? Stronghold Directory. Okay, probably not going to be using that. Whoa, there's some stuff going on here. Aha! Okay, they're actually playing some music there. That's pretty cool. And, is this where I can actually find the casinos? If you can't tell, I do enjoy a little bit of casino games. I don't really know what I can say about that, really, because I don't tend to play them that often. I have only dabbled in them very, very scarcely, and yes. I am recording. But yes, no, we're going to be heading into Destris Veran. He is just around the corner here. If it's a woman, then this is going to be pretty uncomfortable, considering I just said that he was a guy. Is it a guy? I can't really tell from here. I think it is.
Oh, Destris, dear brutish Destris. And Riley, so beautiful and intelligent. You were like children to me, which is why it pains me to do this.
You can cut the act, Palladius. You never cared about any of your children.
We don't need a tyrant for a father.
Ah, well said. Marvelous last words. Truly, I expected nothing less, which is what makes this so hard. Now, if you'll excuse me, my other children would like to play with you.
Aha! Okay, we're going to have to help these guys out. Oh yeah, let's do it. We're going to be using our amazing force powers against these fellows right here. And hopefully going to take them out. Let's just get Kemval to help us out here. Not entirely sure why he took so long to enter the fray, but I suppose he's just testing us. He is testing our resolve. And let's try to rejuvenate ourselves a little bit here as well, because goodness me, that actually dealt quite a lot of damage to us. But seeing as we have so many commendations now, if we take a look at our currency, we have 64. We really should go to the fleet at some point, or at least I should go to the fleet off screen perhaps, and maybe get a little bit more modding done, because as you know, we have some very good gloves, or at least I feel like they're pretty good gloves. They may not be the best, but they're pretty good. And I feel like we should probably do the same to our Acolyte's headgear and the belt, because as you see, the belt actually has some very low-level mods in right now, and even though it's good, it could even be better.
What have we here? The cavalry, looks like. Appreciate the help, but I had it under control.
Tagasar Charis in Barks Prize war Peren Swase Ik Bus Karadida.
Easy, Destrus. This isn't some holo you're talking to. My lord.
You would be wise to follow her lead.
Course, my lord. Sorry. There was a lady Sith a while back, Darth Zash. Said she'd send someone to help us out. You it?
Palladius has something I need. And if helping you will get it for me, then yes.
Good, because it makes me sick to think Palladius is out there while I'm cooped up in this rat hole.
Palladius built his empire on the backs of the poor. Said he'd save them from their miserable lives.
Said we'd make a, a mighty sword and strike against our enemies? It was all lies. It was all lies, but you win the support of the poor, you knock Palladius's legs out from under him.
The masses will worship me by dawn.
Get him the way Palladius did. Find the biggest, most vicious gang on the block and crush them. Right now, the gang's the Crates, named after the Crate Dragon on Tatooine. Their leader, Sabin, thinks he's descended from one. Take out Sabin, and the masses will see you as a regular hero.
He'll need to be a dragon if he hopes to stand against me.
With all respect, taking out the crates wins you followers, only until the next gang rises up. But there may be another way. A plague called the Rot afflicts the poorest of Nar Shaddaa's poor. But it can be cured, and the person who does so will be regarded not just as a hero, but as a prophet.
I think I'll stick with what I know best. Murder and mayhem.
The direct approach. I like it. The Crate's lair is in the Corellian sector. Crush their leader, and the masses will take notice.
Yes, excellent. And I will just complete that. There we go. Okay, so 95,000 is amazing. And oh wow, we're just... Oh my goodness, we get both of these? I was about to just select the commendations, but yes, we would have actually sold ourselves a little bit short there, because we of course now have some simple premium storage cases as well. Well, one of them. And let's just actually take a look here. Ah, we're gaining a sheet... Oh, that's a little bit unfortunate. I was hoping for a little bit better than that, but as you can see, it's actually a lot better for Kemval. Can I use it on him? Yes, I can. Thank you very much. Wow, that's actually improved his everything by quite a considerable margin. I do appreciate that. Okay, yes, just arrived on Nar Shaddaa. And now we... Oh, okay, so now we have to infiltrate the Crate Gang's hideout. And as you saw, we did pick the dark side option, of course. We do want to commence the slaughtering of these fellows, and we are going to be making our way over there. Let me just take a look on the map. The one thing I have somewhat remembered from my time on Nar Shaddaa previously is that this is a very convoluted area, and I get lost very easily. And I'm... Oh no, I'm not lost yet, but I do believe I actually have to make my way a little bit too far for my liking. Wait a minute, is that a casino? I don't think that's a casino, no. But nevertheless, I have to make my way quite far, and I do believe I will be cutting away for the small journey. Okay, well, we have now arrived at the Sith Inquisitor phase on Nar Shaddaa. We have travelled to the Corellian sector by the looks of things, and we are now going to be entering. But first, I just want to say that I do believe this fellow right here in the chat, Pythevio, perhaps, something like that, has told us about where to find the casinos, and that is indeed, there is a quest on the fleet, I do believe, that directs you to which particular casino you want to go to. So yes, there we go. There should be a probe giving those event quests. So thank you very much for that. I will be doing that at some point. I would love to be able to participate in a little bit of gambling here. I think that would be quite fun. But of course, I actually do have quite a lot of money, and I probably don't want to lose it all, because knowing me, I probably would, but you never know. And Zenny has just said, Late game? Just whisper me when you have time. Okay. Okay, sure. So, yeah, let's head in to the Crate Gang's hideout. And we are probably going to be fighting a couple of scanner droids. There we go, take that out reasonably quickly. And now let's just see here. How are we going to do this? Well, I'm actually going to see if we can use... Wait a minute, what is it? Mind Trap. There we go. So let's see if we can use that. Yeah, look at that. Oh, yeah. That's what we like to see, and that guy's going to be stunned up to a minute if Kemval had not used his AoE abilities. Well, that's a little unfortunate, but nevertheless, I think that's fine. Don't need to worry too much, I suppose, considering these guys are only level 20. But yeah, that's how it works. That's actually really cool. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, so we can loot these fellows as well, and then rest up a little bit. I did sell, or I thought I sold all of my junk. Really? I clicked the sell junk button. That is really weird. Okay, well, whatever the case. Let's head in. Oh, I see. Okay, yes, if we don't find them, then, yeah, we don't have to worry too much. Hopefully they'll add them soon, maybe. But, yes, it has been, I think, only a couple of hours since they said that that event was going on. Kemval's about to die? Oh my goodness, what's going on with him? His HP is really low, apparently. Oh my goodness, we might actually need to get him some additional equipment at some point. Maybe we even have to spend our commendations on him. I don't really want to do that. I mean, 76 of those should be going straight to us. Or at least, I think they should go to our particular gear. Now, what we can do is kill 3 more of these guys. I think we'll probably head over here and use this. Like that, for example. That is very nice, and we have now advanced to level 26 as well, and completed the bonus mission. And now I will be using stealth to hopefully get past the other units. Oh my goodness, what's that? Okay, that's obviously some... Ah, no! Oh my goodness. Yep, that is obviously some detection ability that these fellows have. Oh no, there it is. The scanner droid. Okay, so yes, the scanner droid was the reason. I am actually going to have to run, I do believe. Wait a minute, where's force speed? There we are. Okay, I am going to have to run. Kemval was defeated in battle. And hopefully these guys will also decide that it's a good idea to run away from me. Maybe. I really should have killed that scanner droid beforehand. That would have been a good idea. Okay, I have no med packs. Wow, there's a lot of them coming. Okay, I'm going to... Ow. Right. Okay, so, yeah, those crate enforcers, they are pretty annoying, I gotta say. Oh my goodness. Very strong. And, yes, Kemval decided that it would be a good idea just to die from one of those things. Oh my goodness. Well, they did take us out as well, so I suppose that is only to be expected. Right, so, let's just see here. Is there anything... Oh, we did have a med pack, but I don't think that would have made too much difference, unfortunately enough. Ah, let's take a stim pack. Why not? Let's take this. That increases our willpower by 28. I think that's the best one we can get right now, at least. And I think it would probably be a good idea just to clear out most of these units, because if we're going to be uncovered again, it's going to be pretty sad if we get killed by the exact same guy. So let's just make sure that we have the upper hand here. Yes, this fellow right here... 2,700 health, we have 3,600. We should be okay, in theory. Let's stun him. And use Crushing Darkness. That's what I find so funny. I don't understand how Kemval died so quickly. Look at that, his HP is not even touched. Only 10-15% of his HP has gone, and he was fighting the exact same unit. It's very strange sometimes. When you first head into battle, sometimes the enemies are incredibly difficult, but this time it's very, very easy. And oh, aha, we have... Oh. Oh, okay, his bodyguards are very easy to kill, and then we just have to kill the boss. This is going to be a little bit tricky, I think. Okay, well, let's see. Okay, we can take out that guy, and then we can take out this guy. There we are. Oh. Yep, we definitely need to attack this guy before he's able to use any of his flaming attacks. Stun him, thank you very much. Now I'm going to try to interrupt him if I can. If he starts casting anything. Like that, for example. Pump action. We need to stop that from casting. There we are. Use our discharge as well. Come on. There we go. Thank you very much. Okay, so, yes, that was actually easier than the previous attack that we died from. Yes, let's not remind ourselves of that. So, let's wear these... Okay. Wear these legs. I'm gonna unify colors, I think. There we are. That's a little better. And, yeah, we are now going to be speaking to, I would assume... Destrus? Even? Oh my goodness.
My lord, I wanted to apologize for Destrus earlier. He was out of line.
At least one of you knows her place.
I have a great deal of respect for you. I just wanted you to know that. You radiate a power that Palladius, for all his ranting and demanding, never did.
Do you find that power attractive?
I don't know. It's terrifying. Anyway, if we want to make a stab at taking over Palladius' cult, we need a real headquarters. Somewhere you can speak, hold meetings. I hope you don't mind, but I took the liberty of finding a place.
This wouldn't be a ploy to outplay Destrus for my favor.
I'm sorry. I thought the Sith smiled on ambition, but in any case, I was only trying to help. The place is called the Strel House, for a charity worker named Dakin Strel. The people look to him as a leader. He's been dead nearly a decade, but his name still means something. And I thought it couldn't hurt to have his name associated with yours.
A well-known location can't hurt either.
I'd considered that as well. It's both well-known and accessible.
Aha, well, I couldn't help the flirting there, I had to. Whenever you're given the option, you have to do that, but nevertheless, we are going to be taking more commendations, and a lot of experience as well, and we still cannot mount here. That is a little unfortunate. Well, we're in one of the phases right now. We are in one of those, so we don't really have the opportunity to do so. We could use the rocket boost, though, so let's do that. And we'll move on to meet Destrus and Riley at the meeting point. Now, let's just see here. Where do we have to go? Oh, okay, we have to go back on the taxi. Okay, well, another cutaway is in order. And in we go.
If you mean the future leader of Lord Palladius' cult, then yes. I'll try not to disappoint.
Oh, okay, well, I don't know whether you really know what you're getting yourself in for here, Garnock, but you are going to be taking a very swift dive down to the floor. There we are, thank you very much. Goodness me. How dare he thinks he can take on an apprentice of Lord Zash. And no, it's Darth. Darth Zash. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, let us speak to Destrus.
That was Garnock. You defeated Palladius' right-hand man. You should hear it. They're calling you the Great Dragon after how you did in Sabin. Look what I found outside.
My lord, for getting Sabin off our backs and the crates off our streets, we humbly present you with this gift.
I love getting gifts.
We are honored to serve you, my lord.
Isn't this great? Kill one gang leader and already you got Palladius scared and people lining up with presents.
No time for celebrating, Destrus. Palladius isn't resting. He's called a big meeting at Meridian Hall. If we don't act, he'll rally his cult and stop our whole operation dead.
If Palladius dares to show his face, I'll make quick work of him.
He won't. Palladius only ever broadcasts to his cult by hollow.
This is our chance. You just go in, make a big show, and boom.
It's gonna take more than a show, Destrus. We need to show that you have more power in your little finger than Palladius has in his... Wait, I've got it! It's a crazy idea, but what if you showed that you could move the city itself? Make a groundquake?
I walk into Palladius's speech and make the very ground shake. I like it.
What have you been putting in your soup, Riley? Nobody can just make this moon shake.
Stick with me here. You know the gas pipes that run under Meridian Hall? Well, what if we blow up those pipes?
Whoa, you got brains, girl. I know just the guy to set it up. Gord Maydell in the Nar Shaddaa Works Administration. Takes bribes on the side. He'll rig you something up, no problem.
I can't wait to see the look on Palladius's face.
Gord works at the NSWA office in the Duros sector, not far from Meridian Hall where Palladius is holding his big broadcast. You just tell him old Destris sent you.
Very well. And we get a couple of... okay. I'm going to say grats to this guy, because he just leveled to 60, and that's pretty amazing. And so, we are going to be... wait a minute. Are they serious with this? Where's my experience? I didn't get any experience? Okay. Okay, that is quite impressive. No experience, no commendations, but we gained 2 regulation medpacks and a standard issue resolve stim. Interesting. Okay, well, they're just obviously trying to scale the experience a little bit just to make sure that you don't get too high in level, I suppose, but... okay, well, that's rather impressive, to say the least. We are now going to be heading on to Gord Maydell's office. Oh, no. I just came downstairs, didn't I? Didn't I? Oh no, we have to take the flight path again, and I'm probably going to get lost yet again. But nevertheless, I do believe I am going to be ending this episode off here. And next time on Star Wars The Old Republic, Sith Inquisitor Edition, we are going to be speaking to Gord Maydell and seeing what we can do about blowing up some pipes and disrupting Palladius's rally. And we'll see where it goes from there. So I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.